Hello everyone and welcome back to Rogue Trader. In the last episode we had to flee from the Triumph. We had the Triumph, but Aurora's followers attacked us and something happened with the star system Sun. We see a short thing from our ship, then all hell broke loose in the planet. And it seems that the planet is disintegrating. We ran into the real Aurora, which was a Chaos Space Marine, and we managed to defeat him. And I really like this game, but I don't understand the choice here. Maybe it's I'm not that familiar with the lore, but I'm quite familiar. And throwing in a Chaos Space Marine at random and as the Prophet, it's an odd choice for me. But anyway, let's return to our ship and find out what is happening. And also we wanted to save as many people as we could, but the Chaos Cultist killed all of them, I believe. Maybe a few escaped, but the governor surely is dead, and the nobles, and I believe the defense force as well. So I'm curious what's happening on the ship right now. Thanks be to the Emperor, you are alive, your lordship. We are most gratified by your return, and the crew is full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. Before anything else, I will hear an account of what happened to the system Sun. The Voxmaster falters. Lord Captain, we saw a number of ships approach the Sun. Black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp angles and edges. They surrounded the star, and then, my apologies, but I struggled to find words that could describe that terrible sight. The Xenos made the Sun vanish into the void. The interrogator closes his eyes and grimaces. Drukhari, also known as Dark Eldars. You see Abalard's expression change as if a shadow has suddenly fallen over him. He rubs his temple wearily, as if we did not have enough troubles on our hands already. The Xenos, enemies of humanity? Hendrix notes, a breed of the Aeldari, or rather Eldars. The most cruel and devious of their kind. The design of their ships matches the description provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, the Drukhari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they are rely on creation of their twisted intellect. And many of those creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery to the unenlightened eye. The theft of a sun is one example of what they are capable of. Well, they are certainly not in league. Is there any chance that we could recover the record star? I don't think so. Harry glances at you with very incredulity. Are you proposing that we ask for it back? No, Rogue Trader, the sun is lost. We must accept that as a fact and deal with the consequences. Henry classes around the situation calls for immediate action, Fakam. We can continue this conversation later if you wish, but right now, he gestures the deck teeming with tumultuous activity. I believe you should assume command. What is the current situation on board? The navigator sanctuary is no longer empty, but the warp engine is still refusing to obey the engineers. Without it, we cannot perform a warp jump. Pascal's voice buzzes anxiously from his box. It may be angry, or perhaps it is lamenting the injuries it has suffered. I will immediately initiate preparation for a prayer service. If the Omnisire grants me comprehension, I will appease the machine spirit of this vessel. What is happening on the planet now? Our ogre operators are reporting numerous uprisings and other manifestations of the arch-enemy's power at various locations on the planet. Sorry. Based on the fragments of communication picked up by our Vox operators, there is practically no resistance being offered by the governor's forces. Millions of people are converting to the blasphemous final dawn code and massed and assembling in prayer circles. Do we have any hope of retaking the planet? I fear that Ricard Minoris is lost. The situation is deteriorating by the minute. We must leave this system as soon as possible. However, there are still people on the planet who have not succumbed to heresy and who are worthy of rescue. Besides the small number of our own shuttles, we also have the shuttle salvage from the starport. The Dark Eyes of the Sister of Battleflesh. We must save as many as we can. This has all happened for a reason. Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving the people of a dying world through the power of prayer. The God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and her followers up to the sky, away from corruption and death. We must do as she did, direct our efforts to saving those people who at this moment look to the heavens in hope of salvation. The lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime objective is to save the Holy Lake, the miraculous fusion reactor, and the electro crystals who guard and tend to it. Abelard furrows his brows. Every moment we spend in proximity to a dying world, we are putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, is far more valuable than all of Ricard Minoris. The Von Valanci's dynasty cannot be allowed to perish, and so lamentable thought it is, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. Herring's eyes, like two deep dark pools, are resolutely fixed on you. The world is doomed, and its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge towards that, the final of the cult of the Final Dawn plans. I once witnessed a similar event, a world that had surrounded the servants of the archenemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promised them salvation, and they are willingly given over their souls to chaos, a sacrifice great enough to bring forth a demon world. Our only hope of stopping this process is to retreat to a safe distance from the planet and conduct targeted bombing of the Electric Christ's monastery. If we blow up the reactor, the thermonuclear reaction will follow. The worst oxygen will evaporate, killing of the entire biosphere. In doing this, we will save millions of souls from a fate far worse than death, and we will save Ricard Minoris from becoming an outpost of the archenemy. Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you to make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it even from orbit, as I do see that the storm is already upon us. With every moment that we waste, it grows even more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the turbulent currents. I'm with the lady on this. Enough talking, we need to get out of here while we still can. It's a dogmatic choice, but Even with our conviction, can we check our conviction right now? No, we cannot enter not the journal nor the character screen. Because there is some merit what the Inquisitors say. Each of the planet's inhabitants can be evacuated. Nobles who rescued at the starport have given the coordinates of shelters where we can find surviving aristocrats and their families. As for Sergeant Malagasy, they will help to control the crowds of frightened commoners and prevent the shuttles from being overloaded. Thanks to you, we have salvaged many shuttles from the starport that we can now use. Well, I opt for the fusion reactor because if we are saving people, corrupted ones can be among them. In the archenemy, instead of the archenemy, I would do that. Sending some prophets, some painted people with the refugees. However, the miraculous fusion reactor cannot be corrupted the same way, or at least is harder, and we are coming from a forged world and we like technology, so let's try to save the miraculous fusion reactor. Any delay caused by loading and transporting to the ship will cost us precious time. Do not deceive yourself with that. If you are indulge your vanity, you will doom billions to eternal torment at the hands of the archenemy. But yeah. What Henrik is suggesting is an exterminatus, killing the whole planet. And I don't want to... It's hard. I would rather choose to save whoever we can, and while we're leaving the ship, while we're leaving the planet, the ship can blow up the fusion reactor. And Abelard also has a point, because as far as we know, Kraken is the last heir to the Von Valancius dynasty. Because all others have perished. Well, I think Conrad will we will meet him. They said he's dead, but I only believe it when I see his body. And maybe not even then. Because remember, guys, what happened with Aurora. We killed her, then he, her or he, she or he, the Space Marine is a he, so then he just returned from the dead. You know what? We are a rogue trader. Do not forget your self-interrogator. One more objection from you and I shall forget all about the need to deliver you to Footfall alive. You detect a flicker of something beneath Henrik's Saint-James. Whatever it may be, it does not seep into the interrogation This passionate voice. In that case, I consider it necessary to point out that the mark of the archenemy could infiltrate the ship with the priest escorting the reactor. Keep that in mind for the future. Consider it done. It is likely our shuttles will have the capacity to evacuate some people as well. Well, above all, I would extract the soldiers. But let's make good connections. Oberst they're not deserved, but they are the more convenient choice for us. Oberst are to be saved above all. Consider it done. This will bring us to the limit of our capabilities. We have no more shuttles to use in the allocation at all. The bridge is in upheaval. The Technomat sprayers mixed together in a central cacophony by servitor were partial to the north of ardent cluster sucked engines from the warp engine components. In the middle of all smooth stands Pascal, the data slate clutched in his hand, seemingly discontent from the fury of activation around him. What is going on here? The warp sextant is not responding to command. The ship spirit is rejecting our prayers in anger. I am currently calculating a plea that might appease the noble spirit. Magos, why don't you assume control of the Technomats? Surely their contribution will speed things up. They would only be a hindrance. I am searching for a way to rectify the error. Pascal is muttering without taking his eyes off the data slate. There is a certain anxiousness to the way he moves his mechatron right. Okay, let's leave the man work. The hectic storm of prayers and haphazard rituals rages on. Pascal, still as a statue in the eye of his maelstrom, makes no attempt to bring it under control. Bossmaster Oz is extremely tense but carries no hint of shameful panic. Your old ship Warpspawn have invaded the ship. We have blocked their advance by depressurizing one of the infirmaries in the pad, but it is only a temporary measure. The crew have been ordered to arm themselves and pray for the success of the Lord Captain and his engines here flying. Magos, if you do not bring this situation under control, we will all perish. Act swiftly. Pascal shoots you a look of fierce pride and say with gravity, you are right, this is my temple. His voice booms with power. Back, comrades, heed my instruction. The mayhem immediately substitutes and the two actions fall into some indescribable logic. The omniscient servants start working in sync and the binary clamor becomes a symphony of reports which the Magos coordinates like a skillful conductor. Admirably done, Pascal. The Omnissiah guides me. The prayers of the tech is surrounded by the cogitator almost drawn out. The sounds of the busting bridge behind you. Pascal poring intently over the data slate in his hands extends a mechatron light warrior. Please take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. Set up to the cogitator. The huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of big screens and hundreds of lumens. The blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background make your eyes water, and the vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind. The typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the omniscience creation. Among the numerous controls you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, the same as the gate to the Warren chamber. Oh! Pasca's voice becomes imbued with imperious force. Servants of the machine god heed my command. Acolytes prepare the incense instrumentation for a liturgy of machine spirit propitiation. Senior Technobus recite a prayer to generate a current data report. Operations will be marked with the campanological protocol Omniscia Rejoice. I must inform you that of the purpose of safety, complete reassembly of the warp sextant and updating of its datasmith blessings are required. If this is not done, then at launch the volume of aggregate calculation errors could result in the destruction of the data crypt. But as we do not have 100 hours at our disposal, we must omit this procedure. Pascal looks down at the data slate in his hands, a minor deviation from the rite of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. What must I do? Place your hand inside the throat of the Collicator Guardian, the cyber gargoyle, which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypt. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as a key to the data core where the machine spirit dwells. To it we will offer our prayers so that we may bypass the protective protocol or defective connection and launch the warp sextant. Pascal's voice grows quieter. The laws of the Omniscia knows no exceptions, and so in this ritual I will remain at your side to place the wrathful machine spirit in whose abode you will be infringing. For my liturgist, Lord Captain, and may we receive his blessings. Place your hand in the cyber warlord's mouth. No, I don't argue with him. The man knows his stuff. Or we will find out. The metal jaws clamp down on your hand, breaking your delicate corporal self and releasing warm red liquid into its gullet. At the same moment, the image on the vid screen before you changes. Connecting, access. What does it all mean? At the sound of your voice, the cogitator's servants, whose bronze-bound skeleton is built into the cogitator housing shudders. With a screech, its crew rotates toward you and then stops in that position. Benevolent code a voice report. Pascal emits a sequence of binary signals and then is silent for several seconds. I hypothesize that the defect is located in the analyzer block. I register a reaction to the signal but no precise response. Temporary override is permissible. The Magos' intent is to use the vid screen. The shell was created in a forge world unknown to me. Initiating standard invocation of the machine spirit, Pascal leans over the adjacent instrument panel and sets his hands on the controls. At the same time, a quiet stream of machine code begins pouring forth from his walk. What should I do now? Lord Captain, I ask you to address the machine spirit. Speak the following command. By my authority, I revoke the inviolability protocol of the warp engine. The voice report will receive the vocal entry. Without your sanction, the machine spirit will not accept the data from the warp sextant. By my authority, I will revoke the inviolability protocol of the warp engine. One of the cogitators' vid screen turns red. Pascal sees this and raises his hand, signaling the rest of the tech priest, then withdraws a connector from his sleeve and connects it to the machine. Servants of the Omniscia, make now the offering of cleansed data clips to the machine spirit so that it may be filled with their true and calibrated data. May the Omniscia have mercy on our souls. In meek solemnity, the Alakars offer up their cleansed data clips to the warp engine, one after another, repeating prayers of exaltation. After anointing the contacts with sacred unguents, Pascal inserts them into the cogitator slot. Your head begins to spin from the holy censers, foul-smelling clouds of smoke, and from the loss of the blood that the cyber gaggle continues to drink from you, and the world swims before your eyes. Let this mechanism awaken in renewable purity. Pascal enters a sequence of commands and raises his hand, watching the Blitzkrieg. Suddenly he stops dead. No! His fingers fly over the command rooms, entering command after command. His mechanical eyes clicking their pincers pull at one lever after another. The Blitzkrieg fills with strings of symbols, completely incomprehensible to you, but clearly conveying something to the Magos. Well, I don't think I can help, and if I can, he will tell me what to do. After a few seconds, one of the data clips mounted on the cogitator begins to emit sparks. A moment later, another data clip does the same. The next bursts into flame and gives off foul-smelling smoke. Around you, the Omnissiah servants break off from their prayers, and someone bursts into frantic pleading. Pascal mournfully greets you. The mass of errors in the warp sextant's calculation is destroying the data repositories. The offering did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with the motive force. We are trapped. A moment later, Magos continues uncertainly. Perhaps an alternative wisdom protocol or an emergency launch of the Exor recoils. The deck priest bends over the cogitator, but something in his pose and movements reveals his desperation. While the other bit screens are filled with more and more strings of symbols, the monitor in front of you brings in a static image changes. Pascal is too engrossed in his ritual to notice. Read the information on the bit screen. Magos Honeman, a moment if you will. Pascal turns toward you, his flickering visor betraying his anxiously. Port Captain I, he stops short when he sees the windscreen. Distorted transmission from the data core, most likely the residual cognitive function of the built-in servitors. Omnissiah shield us from the machine ghost. He returns to manipulating the cogitator's command room. Query? What query? Cogitator's servant clicks quietly in its joints. Sound that is drowned out by the binary hymns at the tapping of command rooms. Injury rescue query. O hallowed machine spirit, in the name of the Omnissiah and the Emperor, reveal unto us your power and guard us against our doom. Pascal echoes your sentiments with the triumphant sounds of binary hymn. Pascal's next vocalization goes unsynthesized as he sees the whiskers begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frantically galloping across the green background are replaced with stable images or regularly updating status reports. Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. Wow, I wish we could fix bugs like that. The tech priest walks reckless in shock, but his report is as glib and clinical as ever. Registering warp sextant activated. Registering data stream stabilizing. Registering 0 data errors found. Reporting the warp engine is ready for translation. Finally. After a pause, Pascal adds, I am also reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the criterion. Thou shalt witness the mechanisms that cause in glorification of his function and in defiance of the activation. Master Hampton, Lord Captain, Ravor here. The crew are almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier, and I've just received confirmation from an engineering house. I don't know what you did, but the warp engine's up and raring to go. We are ready to begin the translation to the warp, your lordship. What just happened? Pascal poses. I hypothesize that the ship's fleet heard your prayers and intervened. It's summoned the power of the Omniscient to do something beyond my comprehension. Oh, so it works, but we don't know why. I know little of the Omniscient sacred machines, but what I saw on the screen looked strange. Non-standard output of information lost in the datacom. The servitors used as the data conduits are not always fully lobotomized. Fragments of their code can appear even in pure code. Pascal falls silent, immersed in thought. It appears that the Omniscient perceives and knows the power of your fate, Pascal. He would not have worked this miracle otherwise. I hope he will grant me the revelation that will allow me to comprehend the nature of this man. Pascal's was buzzes with wonder and undercurrent and exultation. Lord Captain speaking, I give the order commence translation to the war. Waiting for you to ascend the captain's throne, Lord Captain. May the Emperor protect us. The sun is still there, not just black. Or is it the planet? Wow, did you see a warp transition? Of course, we won't see a warp transition. Because if we glance into the warp, we would, or anyone who glances into the warp and is not prepared, they will go insane. Or die immediately, I think. They have candles in there. The one Balance's flash made its way out.
The Von Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void ships plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.
Lord Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Orsalio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Furibundus system. The Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process. The Furibundus system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Kronos expanse. The tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp and to allow the servants of the Omniscient to inspect and kill the void ship wounds in the dock. The prayers and rituals will take some time, which your Astropathy core will use to establish connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate. Dargonus, Janus, and Piava Gamma. Master Zachary Weiss has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Immaterium. The League of Footfall has humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader of the Von Valence dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shade of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Liege is anxious to meet as soon as possible." Footfall, the place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he will be interested in talking to you as well, Trakan. I will believe your worship when we arrive on Footfall, Trakan. Once that is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete. Your Lordship, young Evain Winterscale has asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality and for saving him from certain death. Not wishing to austent his welcome, he plans to disembark at Footfall. Lord Eberlin swears he will not forget his debt to you. I hereby inform the rogue trader that during a comprehensive system inspection, I recently discovered that data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher and the sacrament of algorithmic authorization. Unit Trakan von Valancius has been added to the access list and assigned in the identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's codificator provided that he possesses the decryption key. We detect a hint of something resembling curiosity in Pascal's magical voice. Argenta, who is Reverend Hieronymus who wants to talk to me? He is the head of the Brucian mission on Footfall and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. I assisted his missions before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rector of the Von Valancius dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your worship, I request that we meet with Reverend Hieronymus. Oh, I do wish you on the ship. You are the best soldier we have. Are you leaving us, Henrik? The arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall and no further. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have. Do I really want Hendrix? No, I feel unease. That's a bit rude. I hope to meet again. True servants of the Emperor are always welcome aboard my ship. And the fact that we hardly can say no to an Inquisitor. Henry regards you with a curious look and a polite smile. The interrogator of the Inquisition seldom gets to hear such words. Thank you for your hospitality, Trakan. I will not forget it. Regis, tell me about the system we are arriving in. Furibundus is a variable due to its close proximity to the mall, the gateway to the Imperium. The system is most known for Footfall, the main base for merchants, privateers, and rogue traders traversing the Conus expanse. Additionally, the star itself is orbited by another cosmological station which is off limits to outsiders. Altar Templum Calix X17. I had the honor of tending to his shrine for a few thousand cycles. I suggest you abstain from visiting it as most tech comrades at the station are engaged in meditative calculation that should not be interrupted. What do I need to know about Footfall? It is the largest port and the trading capital of the Cronus Expanse. It is a dockyard that will allow us to inspect and repair the void ship, and it boasts its own astropathic core, the Cronus Expanse communication nexus. Not to mention pirate hideouts, smuggler caches and forts belonging to a dozen gangs, groups and factions. In the Cronus Expanse, the Imperium relies on this as its outpost. The fringes of humanity's domain rarely resemble its central world, but so long as Footfall serves the good Emperor insofar as it can, it will be considered the citadel of the Imperium, although I have heard that the sights it sends are underwhelming, to say the least. Due to Footfall remoteness, it has developed its own rules and customs. Many of the goods that can be produced there would be considered heresy in the heart of the Imperium and a warrant summary execution. Moreover, Footfall is the domain of the rogue traders who transcend certain imperial laws by virtue of the warrant they bear. Abelard, do you know anything about the Liege of Footfall? Ladaim Kokara is a very peculiar young man. Consider your upcoming conversation a baptism of fire in Footfall's political arena. Such things are not spoken out loud, but Liege Tokara is the appointee of the Kazbalika mission, the largest robber baron crime syndicate in the Kalixik sector. They specialize in the coal trade, the buying and selling of all kinds of Xenos rubbish. For chapter one of the most successful crime. Yeah, he told us that. What's the coal trade? Illegal trade of commodities and artifacts of Xeno origin. I'm interested in that. Footfall was previously run by a leech who did business with several criminal factions at once, but he suffered an accident. The reins of power were picked up by Ladaim Tokara, whose appointment benefits not only the Kosbalik, but also their most powerful ally in the Cronus Expanse, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. Oh, so he is friends with Winterscale, and Winterscale's son is indebted to us. Currently I like this situation. Valadim is a slippery yet very cautious fellow. He does not usually beat around the bush and does not play mind games. Perhaps more important, he is no fool. Fools do not rise this high in the Kazbalikan hierarchy. Keep all this in mind. You are a rogue trader, you stand above him in status and wield considerable power. Having said that, history has seen cases when the cannibalistic barons cross swords with rogue traders and emerge victorious. Do not forget that and remain vigilant. The Kazbalika, wild tech thieves, Pascal Box barks out the last word like a profanity. Why does the liege want to see me so badly? Not you personally, he wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. Tokara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut is telling me that something must be wrong on Footfall if for astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such an anodyne message. We have no information or captain. The broadcast from the Footfall astropathic core was the only missing master Zachariah had received lately. Footfall is just a beast of what next? As soon as we solve the issue plaguing the ship and establish contact with the keywords of your protectorate, the time will come for your Magnea Ascensio, the official ceremony of donning the mantle of the rogue trader. it is mostly a formality at this point. You already possess all the privilege granted by the warrant. And yet, it is a major milestone in your personal history. The moment your name graces the list of heads of the Von Wallenstein dynasty. We are all looking forward to that day, Lord Captain. Tell the navigator I give her leave to make the transition from the warp into real space. Bridges begins issuing instructions. The massive ship prepares to change with every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift into space, and measured chanting fills the corridors of safeguard the vessel and its crew. Bridges turn to you again. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Tokara will be informed. It is required so we can use the dock, and besides he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader. He will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there is still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit incognito. Well, we were a crime lord, so oh, tell me in detail how these choices will benefit me. According to Futspa's own laws, rogue traders enjoy special privileges that exceed even the power of the Liege. However, they may choose not to exercise these privileges in a certain situation. Arriving incognito will give you more room for maneuver, while an official visit will allow you to directly intervene in local affairs. I shall explain if you don't mind. According to the Omvita rule, every rogue trader arriving at the station has the right to veto any of the Liege's decisions. But there's a catch. The Kronos Expanse is home to several influential rogue trader dynasties, and football is where their interests intersect. Of course, that does not prevent certain persons, namely colleagues of Winterscare, from subtly pulling the strings in football. If you, as a new rogue trader, start your career with an official landing and parade in your honor, the other dynasties may see this gesture as a newcomer challenging the spheres of influence. I do not see that as a bad thing necessarily. Old Man Winterscare may take slight offense. Corda will be put on her guard, but you have just risen to prominence, and most people in the Kronos Expanse have not even heard about Lady Theo's departure yet. It must be made clear that the banner of Von Wallenstein soars as high as ever. If I may, I would recommend arriving incognito. You will have plenty of opportunity to savor the sweetness and the burden of power, but right now is the last time you can take refuge in obscurity. This way your arrival will not draw much attention, and the people will treat you as a person and not the almighty sovereign anointed by the emperor. It could turn some situation to your advantage. Yeah, 2 text earlier I have already decided it will be incognito. This is very flattering and all, but I don't want to cause trouble for the other rogue traders. And if I can overrule the Liege rules, if I arrive in an official manner, that is a threat to his rule, and I don't want to do that, so let's arrive in incognito. Also, those pirates mentioned someone we can trade with behind the statue on a station, and if we arrive as rogue trader, we might not have the opportunity to speak with that person or her. Maybe it was a she, but Henrix knows about her. I have decided that the Liege I will arrive incognito. It will be done, Lord Captain. We will both again. With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties. Okay, I think we have translated to real space. Let's see if we have some...
Lord Captain.
I must make my leaves.
Lord Captain.
I just want to check if we have EH630. just want to check if we have some new dialogue options. What's happening there? Oh, it's just the smoke. Ah, it selects the smoke. Okay. Now where is my favorite? Well, Abel is here. That's very good. Let's talk with Abel. The servant of the Omniscius saved from the Electropolis monastery who calls himself Abel Hanauman is staring intently at the communicator's split screen. Wires connect the sacred computing machine to augmentics inside the skull of the tech servants, who are whispering something, their heads bowed in prayer. Abel looks up at you. After a lengthy silence, he looks away and says stiffly, "The Omniscience knows all, comprehends all." How are you feeling, Abel? The tech priest stares intently as he speaks for a while and then says, stumbling, "The running of Binhari protocol was bogged down and dissolved in false commands. The filter has separated the correct signals from the incorrect. The running has been restored to its swiftness." Pascal speaks softly as to trying to match the inflection of Abel's voice. Tech brother Abel has passed the diagnostics. The pernicious influence of sacrilegious procedures has been completely eliminated. Statistically, most survivors of schismatical's infestation are left with severe cognitive impairments. However, Tech brother Abel's mind, being of a less typical nature, has not been damaged to that great of degree. Tech brother Abel, are you free from possession? Are you not? I trust that you pose no threat to my ship. Abel's was curious and his eyes dart around, desperately avoiding eye contact. What was fought has since been purged, but the shadow of the hunt lingered. The cog is dismounted and no judgment has been made. In the absence of judgment, threat remains. Who will make the judgment? I will. Pascal places a mechaton on Abel's shoulders and repeats his voice, heavy like a wheel thread crushing the dirt underneath. I will make the judgment that will avert the threat. His gaze falls on you. There is no need to frighten him. What troubles him so? I assume that further that this was caused by the shock inflicted upon his system by the schematical's attack. But my tech brother's words are sign of a deeper reason for his unease. He foresees something that resonates both him and all those around him, and thus I stand ready to face this threat. What judgment do you speak of? Only he knows, but if my tech brother fears that he might not make the right decision at a critical moment, then I will do it for him. Why are you so concerned about him? He's not the one you were hoping to find. Answer unknown. I am registering a kinship both between our identifiers and one that is more profound. Archmagos Amaranth left an imprint on all his students. It may be then that I see some of my mentor in Tech brother Abel, and so my spirit rejoices and strives to keep him from harm. You care for him as if he truly were your younger brother. Pascal was wrapped a dialogue. Tech brother Abel is harmonious and harmony is beauty. Is it so strange, an urge to protect beauty from the horrors of the grotesque? I will try to give Abel any undue cause of dread. I will try not. Thank you. What are you working on? We catch the soul of the light in the solar wind. We look for the footsteps the Omniscient left when he walked the desert. This is the oneiromatic compilation procedure. The depersonalized minds of these machine servants are inundated in processing enormous arrays of assorted data and aggregating them. Virtually all results of such synthesis are scrap data, but occasionally we have noted coincidences whose exactness defy logic. It is a very rare and venerated form of statistical augury, but Tech Brother Albert is adept at this form of appealing to the Deus Mechanicus. Oh, or party members can help even if we are not in a party. That's awesome. Most runes are devoid of any meaning, but you notice a few among them that combine into formulae and combination crafts. Abel appears at your inquisitive, then shifts his gaze to the bit screen, and you could swear the smile lights up his face under his respiratory augment. A crystal is exquisite in clear water. Deviant from the cycle's trajectory has been increased, as was Amaranth's wish. Abel lowers his head and his vox synthesizer broadcasts a binary hymn you don't recall having heard before. Its sound is full of vibrant energy, and this precise rhythm is nothing short of pleasing to the ear. A rare thing of the languages of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Pascal explains with an inexplicable air of pride. Robert Abel has dedicated a lesser aria to you. The piece is distinguished by a high degree of acoustic harmony and is fit for use as a motto, auxiliary identical or epitaph. Bow to Abel, thank you for your generous gift. The gift is disproportionate, but it does signify personal liking. Let's insert the subtle machine. Hair has been removed from every servitor, said the bulky cerebral augments cover their skulls like helmets. The face of the cogitator servants are blank, their eyes are closed, their lips are increasingly whispering what sounds like gibberish. Hundreds of lines of symbols containing preserved information are scrolling down the cogitators with screen. Abel Hanuman is peering at it with ferocious interest in sharp contrast to his usual calmness. Why do you do it? It is how we carry out the quest of knowledge in the hope that the machine God grants us an epiphany, so we may. I'm very certain I pronounced that word incorrectly. So we may discern logical connection in a heap of absurdity which will propel our comprehension forward. My interest in this subject has been exhausted. Abel goes back watching the calculation. He's focused and his eyes are lit with curiosity. Have you heard that what Abel said? It looks like we have contributed to Amaranth's design and deviated from the cycle. What does that mean for you? A low guttural sound rises from the depths of Pascal walks in as the planet's tectonic planes are shifting and crushing each other. That might rumble brings forth words imbued with power. We follow a path charted by a great mind, but that path leads to dark places. The cycle has the advantage of predictability. Abandoning it will plunge the collective into a perilous space of uncertainty which will inevitably lead to disaster and the risk of downfall for all. The doctrine of discontinuing the cycle may be good tidings, or it may be a death sentence. Only the Omniscient knows all and comprehends all. Others are mere prophets who interpret his wisdom as far as their own comprehension enables them. As flawed as the status quo is, it has helped us survive for the past 10 millennia, therefore it is efficient. A certain universal law attests to the truth of your words. The knowledge of the ancients is above questioning. However, drawing the line between the ancients and the fallible ones who followed in their footsteps is not an easy task. There's depth in Detective's voice. The tone of thundering profundity drains from Pascal, giving way to his familiar sibilance. Why do you and Pascal both call yourself by the same name? Abel freezes. From his voice seemed very audible. To the static comes the word. The naming of the names is not an index of the text. Naming of the names is the text. Abel's answer can be enigmatic. His mind works differently from us. He thinks in harmonic imagery and notices the symmetries and proportional relationships in the world around him. Poetry would be the closest analogy to how he perceives and interacts with reality. I never thought there were poets among tech priests. Pascal looks apart. Why would there not be? Techno-lingua is rhythmical and possesses a broad semantic scope, and some of its more sonorous dialects lend themselves well to individual and symphonic repertoires. Abel, could you please explain what you mean? Abel relaxes a little, his gaze drifts to the side. There is silence. Pascal, do you understand what Abel is hinting at? Negative, however, I will hypothesize. Tech model Abel is seeking to convey the idea that for machine identifiers are not the key to some important information. They are in and of themselves the important information. At this stage in my analysis, I can draw no strong conclusion from that proposition. However, the very fact that Tankmodel Abel is starting to hint at something points to him either being better informed than me or having conducted a more in-depth analysis of the situation. That is useful data. Let's change the subject. There was no reaction whatsoever from Abel's frozen in silent self-reflection. I must take my leave. Abel looks away at once as if he's lost all interest in you. Then, however, his voice says barely audible, I am glad to see you. Okay, that's for Abel. And where is Idira? There she is. No, I don't want to leave you the ship.
Of course. Always a...
Let's check the cogitator in our room. Because now we have access to it. Okay, then we can do nothing new here. So let's get back to the bridge and let's visit Footfall. Maybe we visit Argenta's boss first, if we can. Wow, unknown ships. That's Footfall Station. Ah, Lord Captain Ravor's voice over the vox sounds weirdly rather than annoyed. I'm getting reports of several ships moving toward us. Judging by the fact that they are not responding to our hails, and the telemetry shows a trail of macro batteries, they are not here for chinwag, ready to issue orders to prepare for battle at your command. Could be this the work of Conrad Void Greer. The silence of the voice lasts for several seconds. It's possible. We could have hired some scum, or maybe it's just a pilot who saw the state of our ship and decided to push his luck. Where did they came from? Why haven't you noticed them before? The rubbish of Furibundus, and I'm not talking about these wrecks that are about to open fire. I mean the remains of meteorites, gas clouds, refuse from the shipyards. It all bunches together and the smaller ships hide behind it to harass ships as they emerge from the war. On my order, all stations get ready for void combat. Okay. Now this is something new. And I suspect that we will have this because I find a character sheet or statistics for our ship. Moving the shipping code, you have engaged the enemy in space combat. Battles in space and on the surface of planets working quite differently from one another. Yes. In space combat, the battlefield is separated into 3 zones marked by various degrees of brightness. Acceleration zone, mid-movement zone, and movement zone. Ships travel at high speeds even during combat, which is why both your ships and those of your enemies must have a certain distance each round. You can only end your turn once your ship has traversed this minimum required distance upon entering the end movement zone. To move the ship, click left mouse button on any accessible cell on the battlefield. Once you do, you will see a hologram of the ship that will allow you to evaluate the efficiency of future attacks and actions from that position you just within regular combat. Click left mouse button again to confirm your choice and command the ship to move. Alternatively, you can click right mouse button to remove the hologram. We are moving that way. Yeah, let's move there. Attacking with weapons. Your ship is equipped with an arsenal of weapons which differ in terms of range of fire and offer you a variety of ways to assault your opponents. The ship can attack with each of its weapons once per turn. Note this can be fired as the ship moves, as attacking does not end the ship's movement. Each of the ship's weapons has separate attack actions on the panel at the bottom of the screen. You can click on an attack icon to view its firing arc and consider what position on the battlefield would be the most advantageous for your ship. Select an attack action on the panel at the bottom of your screen to attack an enemy within the, then click left mouse button on the ship. Each turn you can use each of the ship's attack once. Maneuver your ship in a battle and attack with different weapons to make the most out of your ship's capabilities. Some ships are protected by shields. To deal damage to such an enemy, you must first pierce their shields. 2 shield arrays over the ship sides, one protects its bow and the other is third. When facing an enemy ship equipped with shields, choose your angle of attack wisely and direct your fire at the side where the shields are weakened or completely depleted. Note the enemy shields recover each round. The Rogue Trader's faction is likewise protected by shields. If the enemy attacks you from a side where the shields are weakened or depleted, the ship will take damage. The flagship's damage shields do not recover at the start of the next turn. Instead, they can be restored using the Restore Shields action on the panel at the bottom of the screen. Restarting the shield reduces the flagship's combat efficiency. In its next turn, it will have reduced movement speed and firing range. Oh, activate the yellow. Okay. Let's move there. Don't care about them. Blast. We are too far away. Let's move there, maybe we can. Use this one. Try to finish him off. Launches 4 torpedo salvos with plasma rockets from selected location. These torpedoes can move and attack straight from the next round. Attacking each torpedo deals likely on a direct hit. The one cell area is detonating all torpedoes. Void ship ram. Start shields. This plus 2 as in execution of the ships in the back of the universe. Please. That's it. But we had a weapon facing backwards. Oh, no. can move there. And again, we are too far away. Then we will do a bigger turn. You have fired a torpedo salvo. Torpedoes will appear next turn in the priority order. Once their turn begins, you will be able to direct them. Your own torpedoes can pass through the space occupied by your flagship without damaging it. As soon as the torpedo reaches cell adjacent to an enemy, they explode. Enemy ships can attack your torpedoes and destroy them before they reach their target. One battle shot destroys one torpedo in a salvo. Oh, we could have detonated. Changing core disengaged. Leave part of the day. Well, not if I can say something about that. But that's cool that we can use torpedoes. Preparing your ship. Enemy attacks can penetrate your shields and damage your ship's hull. This damage remains after the battle is over and you must repair. It must be repaired. Open the void ship management screen and make repairs to your ship. Use scrap to repair your ship and restore its hull integrity. Scrap can be found while exploring star system collected after certain space battles or purchased from merchants affiliated with various factions. Okay, then let's fix the ship, and we should have the posts filled. Void ship management. Where can we? There are scrap. Of course.
A
steel plates protects the rest from one negating 4 points of damage on each side. Okay, I understand. So these are equipped right now, and we can remove them. Upgrade hull. Simplify for the next upgrade. And upgrade RAM. Upgrade hull. Okay, now we have more points. Okay. Upgrade. Ah, this is the experience for the ship. Okay. And with the hosts. Skill required persuasion. Persuasion. Ah, that's how we can. And what's that? Okay. Swig round. Okay. Master Cannoneer. Demolition. Okay. Shield Master. Deck use. And I will be the Shield Master. Master of Maneuvers. Athletics. Okay. Hendrix is leaving us, so it will be Abelard. Warp Channeler. Lore Warp. It must be Idira and Master of Etheric Awareness. Well, he's the... Oh! Okay. All right. This is the place where the Magos said we shouldn't go, but it can be visited. So let's go directly to Footfall. I Factor to Genisdorf. Your Lordship, something sinister is unfolding among the survivors from Rikard Minoris. There have only been several cases of evacuated refugees being found either dead or dying. All of them had been blinded using warriors' means. I fear this is the reason to believe that there were agents of the cult among the people who came on board. And we even selected the nobles. I knew the anathema would not fully release its hold on those doleful souls just yet. Now let us march and drive it away. Give me a report on the refugees. How were they quarantined? How are they supervised? The esteemed nobles and their families were given quarters benefit their status. The horrors of the massacre in the streets are still fresh in their minds, so initially they made regular trips to the lower decks to take out their fears and anger on self from our own crew. It would have been disrespectful to confine the nobles to their compartments, so we use checkers of a different story by generously supplying them with amasec and intoxicants. The venerated praetor Electroidar Impulse 6 and his retinue took refuge in one of the engineering bays, or more accurately, they barricaded themselves in. The wise servants of the Omnissiah are fearful beyond measures that ignorant laypeople might damage or offend the miraculous fusion reactor, so they cloistered themselves in their own personal fortress. We need to know more about the killings. 11 bodies have been found thus far. The first victim had their eyes burned out with a gas torch. The second had acid splashed in their face, and the third was found wandering around on their last legs and with a metal pins sticking out of their eye sockets. They died before we could interrogate them. The rest were killed and disfigured in similar ways through blinding. No trace of the killer's identity was found. Begin the interrogations. It will be done, your lordship. If I may interject, there is no need. The interrogations have already been conducted. I put the enforcers on alert as soon as the first body was discovered. True, I decided not to disturb your lordship until I had the results. Well, now I do. I have already arrested, let's see, 4 preparators at the scenes of crimes that had yet to take place. Those are not murders, they are suicides. Explain of yourself, Seneschal. The people we apprehend were about to blind themselves and end their own lives. I am confident that all who perished did the same. When questioned, they all said the same thing. They are haunted by the sights of the dying wicked minorities. Even in their sleep, they still see the same horrific pictures, so the sad wretches would do anything to make the nightmare stop. Increase surveillance, assign enforcers to watch the passengers. Or perform a cleansing liturgies on the decks housing the refugees. We shall banish this blight with the strength of our faith. Yeah, maybe fate will have them. May the Emperor have mercy on their soul. Certainly, wrote Krypton, except I'm afraid it is not just the refugees. Abelard voice is grim. Now what? 3 out of 4, or out of the 4 people we arrested were members of the crew. They watched wicked minorities die and it left their minds scared. We all bear the mark of the dark catastrophe, for it was the attention of the ruinous powers that branded our very soul. May the God Emperor have mercy on us. You were warned, your lordship. It is regrettable that you did not listen. I don't want to go there. I want to go football. Yes. Voidok Alpha Row. Yes, this will be the party. Okay, let's see what we will find in the docks. Liege representative, your lordship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obeisance. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on footfall incognito, and so we are trying to attract as little attention as possible. I'm here on the behalf of the Liege of Footfall, Lord Valadim Bokara. The Liege awaits the chance to speak with you at his residence, but if you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve as your guide and tell you about the station. Cassia's lips pursed slightly. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-colored scattering of words welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted. The look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions. Ilda jars her head, shakes it, and hisses through her teeth. Someone's coming, and they're coming for us. Watch out, Lord Captain. Aberrant sighs and casually places his hand on his weapon. Okay, I like that reaction. Who's coming? Judging by the voices, there's a lot of them. Angry. They've got teeth, but they aren't that sharp. Their strength is their numbers. Pray, what are you talking about? What could you mean by such a cryptic pronoun? She doesn't get to say the rest.
Hey, newcomer! How's this for a warm welcome? You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Cease and repent!
Wow, 17.
Indeed. Target well struck.
We have 2 points left.
Victory is imminent.
He didn't put any grenades on her again.
Doubt is for the weak. Rejoice in battle! I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay, these are much tougher guys. Oh, he dodged into cover. I like that.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Why are... What kind of...
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Oh. Let's do that.
Was that you? What an unfortunate turn of fate. On it.
That aim of opening. Assassin chooses enemy the line of sight on Mars in addition to the general size. In addition to this environment, not as you thought it disappears. I don't think we need that.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
What's it? Improvise their next attack here. Oh.
I am a navigator at first. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Oh, I choose wrong again. Oh, wish I going to then I next turn, but there is no.
I'll paint your death in colors.
I will do my duty. One fewer target. My place is at the fore.
But if it's no attack limit,
At your beck and call. Indeed.
wow! Bloodstained Amelia. She's got a lot of HP. What can we do? The Master of the Emperor has their next attack to deal additional damage for every stack of attack damage and the Master and do all of their stack of attack. Okay. I will use that later. So we have a priority target we cannot see.
Who, if not me?
So let's kill that one. Let's
I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. Never stood a chance.
wow. Now we have even the odds a little bit.
Just a minor setback. It will be done.
The most estimated against armor penetration, plus 10 damage. Sorry.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
right?
Guided by faith!
And if I do a single shot, it's more likely to hit.
I'll
Let's
do
do
it.
that.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
High momentum.
We will have a chance to hit him 60%. Let's do that.
Explore to Zone 1 route. Forward. Request approved. Running binary override. Vital function successfully terminated.
Really inflicts one exploit on all enemies in combat and makes a free attack against the target. Both attacks always hit. Let's try this out.
Cogitation failed.
Okay. Can only do this if we are close enough. And we cannot move. Oh, we have someone there.
Closes the body.
I
Let's
know
try
what
this
is to come.
assassin stuff.
Be gone.
It helps.
But of course,
An exploit on her. Okay. How much damage that it do? So what we just
Me?
have Abelard
If you
to attack.
insist, Lord Captain.
Already there.
I will do my duty. Indeed. I took care of this one.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay, can we see someone? Yes, we can. And we can kill it with one shot. So
On
let's do
it.
that. We should have marked the prey.
It will be done. Reduced to dust. At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
The shivering young servant looks up at you with horror in his eyes. Emperor, protect me. They killed. Every time I warn them and then they go, oh dear Emperor, oh Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have stopped here the spits on the ground in annoyance? Fear not, young man, we took care of the attackers. Do you know who they were? Your Lordship, those guys were Anvers. They are a gang. They are the worst. I'm telling you, they are scared of no one, not even leashed Tokara. He glances around like he's expecting more bandits to appear. Does this kind of thing happen often around here? Shooting? Yes. Attacks on nobles? Not very often, unless it's the Anvers. They are vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting somebody. They are wicked heretics. They respect nothing, they follow no rules. Go and report this to your liege. Yes, I'm sorry, lordship. I just go report to the liege. They killed her, they killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, we had a warm welcome here. And we'll explore the station in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you do, give a video a like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. And I see you in the next one. Bye!